Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to improve your lead quality in Google Ads utilizing offline conversion tracking. And you're going to want to stay for this entire video because we're going to be breaking down exactly how to track Gclids, offline conversions, but then pushing them into Google Ads and then utilizing a conversion value bid strategy that then can bid for leads that are higher quality, right? It's pretty seamless. Any lead aggregator, lead generation campaign should be implementing this. So we can just jump right in, right? So the first piece is really understanding what a Gclid is, right? So when you're searching for, in this example, mortgage lenders, mortgage loans, any ad you get that has an account tracking setup is going to have a Gclid, right? So this is what the Gclid is. It's a string of letters, numbers, symbols that are unique so Google can identify what leads are converting downstream essentially, right? So if you have your account settings, your account tracking enabled, you can track this, right? But the key is, okay, how do we not only make sure all of our ads have Gclids, how do we then pull that into our CRM and to our forms, right? So those form builders are going to allow you to have hidden form fields, right? I use Tripetto, Forminator. There's hundreds of different form builders that will let you add this field into it, right? And I have it right here. And the key is basically, if you're going to add a form field, just hit options. And again, every form is going to have a way to do this, right? But just find the hidden field action. Name this Gclid, and then hit query string. So what this is going to do is you're basically telling this hidden field to locate the query string that is labeled Gclid right here. And then you're going to hit parameter, and it's going to be looking for the parameter that says Gclid, and hit done. And basically every time someone fills out a form and Gclid exists, it's going to pull that into the form and then get associated to that record in your CRM or whatever operational sales process you have, right? Okay, so once Gclid is being pulled into your form, you now need to push that data to a spreadsheet, right? So right now we're using Google Sheets. That, in my opinion, is going to be your easiest solution. You can directly integrate a few CRMs. I know HubSpot and Salesforce, but this is a really automated and simple way of doing it as well, right? So the key here, though, is because Google has very specific formatting options for conversion time, right? So when a lead gets pulled in, naturally, it's not going to add the time zone parameter, right? So how do we add the time zone parameter to the conversion time? Because you need conversion time or Google will not be able to associate this accurately, right? So how do we implement Gclid plus the conversion time and the conversion parameter? So we have built out is we have another document. This is actually the upload into Google Ads, right? So what this does is that it pulls data from the other sheet, right? So if A12 exists, it'll pull it in. If A13 exists, it'll pull it in, right? And that's pulling in the Gclid, the conversion time, the conversion value, and the conversion currency, right? However, we have built out a formula where it basically says if A12 exists, then add C12, but format, month, day, year, hour, all the way through, and add America/Phoenix. And then that will automatically configure the conversion time in a format that Google is going to like and allow us to push through, right? So once you have this spreadsheet automated, right? So when every time someone books an appointment or fills out a form that, or not fills out a form, or closes on a loan or closes on a house, right? Whatever your downstream conversions you want to track happen in your CRM, they will automatically get imported into the spreadsheet, right? Once this is configured, then you can go into your conversion actions tab and build out qualified lead conversions, right? And so basically what these are going to be, it's going to be any type of conversion action that you want to be able to track, right? So this is going to be scheduled an appointment, leads that are interested, applications, and you're going to be able to actually create a value for them, right? So it's pretty straightforward. When you go into a scheduled appointment, in the last week, we've had 8 of these, and we've put our value as 100. This is going to be really important, right? Because our normal leads, our normal inquiries that come through the system only have a value of about $20 to $30, right? Right here, we're putting a higher value on our scheduled appointment leads. So that way, again, at the end of the video, we're going to show how we're actually building a bid strategy that can prioritize this. But this basically shows the weight of a scheduled appointment versus the weight of an actual inquiry, right? So now that we go back, we kind of touched on that a little bit. We're going to go into the actual upload portion. So go to uploads, and this is where we're going to be able to actually track this data or push this data in. And it's going to say error because what it does is that it doesn't push duplicates, right? So we had 11 leads come through. The first 10 have already been pushed, and then the last one was pushed successfully. So no issue there. And then we built a schedule here. So we have a schedule built out so that you can automatically push in data, so you don't have to manually push in your offline conversions every day, right, or every week. Again, this kind of helps create an automated system so Google is always in the loop on the new data that's coming in. Okay, so now that we've built out our qualified conversion and we've built out our scheduled, we're actually going to go into our campaign tab and show how this data actually looks like when you're optimizing and looking at your KPIs, right? So let's go into our campaigns here. So what you want to do here is you're going to want to add 2 to 3 specific columns in your campaign view. Conversion value by time, and then conversion or value divided by conversion, right? So basically, what is the average value per conversion? That's going to be similar to your cost per conversion, right? So again, I know I told you earlier, we configured this very specifically. A lead is worth about, I think, $50, and a qualified lead is worth $100, right? So we're able to see what is the end value of these campaigns, right? One campaign might be driving a lot of leads, right? But it might not be driving a lot of qualified leads, right? And this will give us a good view into what that looks like, right? So the value per conversion, we're seeing that our highest quality leads are coming from this campaign right here. And that's a really important thing to realize. While only 3 conversions have come through and it's a higher cost per conversion, the value per conversion is really good, right? And so that's something to think about. Then we look at this, this campaign right here. This is our second highest value per conversion. And this is actually really interesting because we're seeing about 45 leads come through at pretty high quality levels, right? So we are going to want to, because there's so much data here, change this bid strategy from target cost per acquisition more so to a conversion value bid strategy, right? So let's hop into the actual campaign configuration and create a bid strategy that's going to be automated and drive qualified leads. So now that we're in the campaign settings, we're going to actually go into the bidding. So right now we're setting a bid at a target CPA of $25, cost per acquisition, right? We're going to change this bid strategy. And we're going to select a specific bid strategy, and we're going to hit maximize conversion value. And we're going to set a target return on ad spend. So, right now Google is saying, a target ROAS is basically return on ad spend, right? So almost think of it similar to a return on investment, right? So it's saying we can drive about a 42% return on your ads, right? On your budget. Maybe we want to use this, push this a little bit higher, a little bit lower. You're going to think about this in the same way that you think about your TCPA bids, right? So we're going to go with the recommended tROAS and maybe make adjustments depending on our performance down the line, right? Again, the focus here, because we have configured our applications and our appointments at a value of 100 versus our regular leads at a value of 50, Google now is going to prioritize leads that drive bigger value downstream, right? So that's really important. You're basically just telling Google, and this is the thing about automated bidding strategies, right? Google's going to do what you ask it to do. If you want it to get just a target cost per lead of $50, it will do that, right? However, if you want, hey lead, I want more value for each conversion, right? Generate more appointments, generate more applications, Google's going to also do that as well, right? I know I ran through this really quickly, but I wanted to touch on every component that it takes to build out a conversion value strategy and bidding on higher quality leads. If you're generating leads for your brand or for an agency, this is really, really important, right? Think about it this way. Most advertisers are just bidding for the basic leads. However, if you're able to configure it this way, you're now not bidding for the leads that everyone else is bidding for. You're bidding for a higher quality lead, right? So you can really set your account up for success and be different from the rest of the advertisers out there. Altogether, if you really like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll hope to see you on the next one.